I know it's time for the no half-step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 708. That's right, show number 708 for the Renegades of Puck. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 5th place in the Central Division. After 47 games played, they have a record of 23, 18, and 6, 52 points. On home ice, they have a record of 13, 7, and 3. They have scored 131 goals, 437 goals given up. That is a goal differential of -6. Why did I mention the home record? Well, because the Nashville Predators' next game is against the New Jersey Devils at Bridgestone Arena on home ice. It also happens to be the last game before the All-Star break. So let's run down the division standings, because after tonight's action, we've had a significant shakeup in the Central Division. It has been status quo for quite some time, except for the 3 teams, Colorado, Nashville, and St. Louis, playing leapfrog with each other. Well, now add Minnesota into that mix, because Minnesota has fallen out of the 3rd spot for the first time in quite some time. Let's review. Dallas currently sits in 1st place in the Central Division with 64 points after 49 games played. The Winnipeg Jets are in 2nd place, also 49 games skated. They have 63 points. The Colorado Avalanche are now in 3rd place in the Central Division with 55 points, leapfrogging over Minnesota. Minnesota falls to 4th place in the Central Division at 54 points. And the Nashville Predators are in 5th place at 52 points. So the Nashville Predators just 2 points behind Minnesota, 3 points behind an automatic playoff spot, 3rd place overall in the Central Division, which is currently held after tonight's action by Colorado. St. Louis is at 49 points. They suffered another loss tonight, so they are 3 points behind Nashville. And then Arizona, Chicago are well behind in points, backing up the bottom of the division in 7th and 8th. So the Central Division standings have had quite a shakeup, and now we are just 1 game away from the All-Star break. The Nashville Predators, with a little bit of help on the scoreboard, could find themselves in a pretty good spot going into the All-Star break. Now, coming out of the All-Star break, the Nashville Predators will be back on the ice on February the 7th, on home ice again against the Vegas Golden Knights. Then on the 11th of February, they will be at the Philadelphia Flyers on the 13th versus the Arizona Coyotes on home ice on the 16th, against the Boston Bruins on the 18th of February versus the Florida Panthers at Bridgestone Arena. Now, to close out the stretch of action before the All-Star break, the Nashville Predators have this 1 game against the New Jersey Devils. They have played 1 time already this season. It took place on December the 1st. The Preds secured a 4-3 victory in overtime. Ryan Johansson, the first star of the game, 2 goals and assists with 3 points. Granlund and Sissons add the other 2 goals for the Nashville Predators. UC Saros picks up the victory, 25 out of 28 in this game. Highly impressive victory, one of the Nashville Predators' signature victories of the season. Why would I call it that? Well, because let's take a look at the Devils. A record of 31, 12, and 4, 66 points on the season is good for 2nd best in the Metropolitan Division. Taking a look at their most recent 5 games of action, back on January the 14th, it was a 5-2 victory at the LA Kings. Back on the 16th of January, 4-3 shootout win at San Jose. Followed that up on the 19th with a 4-3 overtime loss at the Seattle Kraken. On the 22nd of January, a 2-1 overtime win versus Pittsburgh. And on the 24th, their most recent game, a 3-2 overtime win versus the Vegas Golden Knights. So 4 consecutive games going to extra time, and the Nashville Predators and the New Jersey Devils have already played a game to overtime. That could be foreshadowing going into this next game. Taking a look inside the NHL rankings between these 2 teams, the Devils are going to be ahead in virtually every single, if not every single, statistical metric. So let's take a look at it. In goals for, 3.47 for the Devils is 6th best in the NHL, while the Preds are nowhere near that. 2.74 is 27th overall in the NHL, but still much better than where they bottomed out the season at 2.42 goals against average. The Nashville Predators are sitting at 13th in the NHL, giving up 2.89 per game, but the Devils are only giving up 2.60 per game. That is 3rd best overall in the National Hockey League. In the shots for category, shots on net, the Devils are 4th best in the league, 34.4 shots on net per game. And in this particular scenario and matchup, I do not like how this is looking for the Preds, because the Nashville Predators happen to be 29th in the league in shots against, giving up the same exact number, 34.4 per game, as the Devils are averaging. The Preds, by the way, are 19th in the league in shots on net. The Devils are 3rd in the league in shots against, only giving up 28 per per game in special teams. The power play for the Devils, one of their lower statistical metrics at 18th in the NHL, 30 out of 140 opportunities on the season, a 21.4% conversion rate. But it's still much better than Nashville Predators' power play overall in the season, 29th in the league, 16.2% conversion rate, 25 out of 154 opportunities on the season. And in the penalty kill, while the Preds have a respectable ranking of 14th in the league and a kill rate of 80.2%, they've given up 33 power play goals on the season. The Devils find themselves at 8th best in the NHL in penalty kill, giving up only 27 power play goals against on the season and a kill rate of 81.5%. Now, injuries for the Nashville Predators. Mark Borowiecki has been the one consistent name on the injury report for some time now. Still on injured reserve. We are starting to at least hear some word that there may be some movement in that situation sometime soon, but nothing definitive to announce at this time. Alex Carrier had to leave the most recent game for the Nashville Predators after the first period. No word on his injury status or his status for the next game against this New Jersey Devils team. Every team in the NHL is full of highly skilled individual players, and that's why we always talk about the top 5 scorers in the stats from each team. Let's start with the visiting New Jersey Devils. It is Hughes with 30 goals on the season. Add 30 assists to that for one very symmetrical-looking hockey season. 60 points on the year. 30 goals, of course, leading the Devils at this time. 30 assists, tied for the team lead with Bratt, who also has 18 goals in the season, 48 points for second overall on scoring. Hischier is at 21 goals and 25 assists for 46 points. Hamilton, 13 and 29 for 42. And Mercer, 10 goals and 18 assists for 28 points in net. Vanacek, 25 and 2. That's a record of 20 victories, 5 losses, and 2 overtime losses. A .916 save percentage, at 2.30 goals against average. Really, really good, strong numbers right there for the New Jersey netminder. On the home team side of the statistical ledger, Philip Forsberg leads the Nashville Predators in scoring, 18 goals and 22 assists for 40 points on the season, but now he has been tied by the captain Roman Josi, 12 goals and 28 assists for 40 points on the season. Matt Duchene, 13 and 23 for 36. Mikhail Granlund, 5 and 22 for 27, and Ryan Johansson, 11 goals and 13 assists for 24 points. UC Saros, a record of 18, 13, and 5, a save percentage of .920 and a 2.70 goals against average, 1,108 saves on 1,204 shots against on the season overall at this point, and the number of saves that UC Saros has made is number 1 overall in the NHL at this point. And if you go back and look at his numbers from October and the beginning of November, these numbers are just absolutely incredible to see as we are just now through mid-January. So UC Saros is climbing his way with numbers. He's going to the All-Star game, and after that, he's going to make a run in the second half of the season. It's not even half of a season, 30-plus games to go. He's going to make a run at being a Vezina finalist again this season. He has heated up to that point, and UC Saros expected to get the start in the